Worldwide influence at RJ Julia Booksellers has so many people come when I tell them that I live down in Connecticut. They go, "Oh, you live near that bookstore," and it's great. That's at least what Lori Fazio is happy to hear, and you got to be proud of that. It is one of the more well-known independent booksellers out there, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We're one of the largest across the country, and we have reach.
You got a good reputation.
We do.
Nice to see
it's
you
fun.
again. It is, even though it's late July, we don't want to discount. This is a time of year where you got your summer books at the beginning of summer, and if you read them, if you ate them quickly, then it's like, okay, what next? And that's where you're going to come in,
There's
right?
plenty.
All right.
Plenty.
Take us through. Let's start. I love this. It's Shark Week, and this is the only nonfiction book you have on the
This is true,
today.
although some are based on some true stories, but that's the only nonfiction I brought. And actually, I wanted to bring the book Jaws, but it is selling so quickly in the stores that I couldn't even risk taking it out for our segment today.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so you gave us the secret history instead.
Yeah, so there's a lot of facts in there. I will not read it. I will not read Jaws. I've never seen the movie. I am petrified. And, but we have a whole table full of shark books, and they are flying. People are, like, obsessed with learning about sharks.
And not just kids?
Not just no.
That's very interesting.
We've got two tables. We have a table for adults and we've got a table for kids.
I never would thought that. All right, the rest of these are fiction, and they tend to be a little lighter summertime because of the vibe. You're out on the beach.
They do, but they're not all light. There's some heavy reading, and they're well written. So
let's start with Abby Jimenez.
Abby Jimenez. So Just for Summer. So this is about two strangers that they have this curse that they meet someone, they date them, they break up, and as soon as they break up, their partner that they broke up with finds like the love of their life, but yet they can't do that.
Pretty much summed up my life and a couple of others around here that we lament about just that.
Oh, geez. Well, they decide to date each other, and maybe they'll find love. I don't know.
We'll see. This one's based on a true story.
Yeah,
Heartwood. Right?
Heartwood's based on a true story of a woman that was hiking the Appalachian Trail at 42 years old, and she goes missing. And so it's the search for her, and the story behind all the people that are searching for her. What are they looking for? What is home? What does it look like? And this handicapped woman in Maryland, even though this takes place in Maine, actually finds the clues to figure out what might have happened to this woman.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity.
Yeah, it's a great book. And Amity Gage is a Connecticut author.
Oh, well, there you go. Then we're definitely going to promote that. Let's go clockwise, because we've got the bombshell. And I would have thought this would be about maybe Marilyn Monroe or something. It is based on a true story, but somebody I wouldn't have expected.
That's right. It's based on the Patty Hearst story.
That is definitely not Marilyn Monroe.
Not Marilyn Monroe. And this book this is a debut author that's already getting tons of buzz for her writing. This is about Séverine, who is French. This takes place in Corsica, around the Corsica Revolution. I knew nothing about that.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing.
And so, and the author was really interested in the Patty Hearst story. So she bases it, obviously, many years later. Same sort of thing. Séverine gets kidnapped. She's the daughter of a politician. She starts learning what her the people who kidnap what their cause is.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's for a first time.
Adriana Trigiani, who is one of the. We just had her recently for an event.
Oh, really?
Hundreds of people come for her because she is one of the funniest, most talented writers. View from Lake Como. There's actually a Lake Como, New Jersey. So it stars there.
Is it really?
Yeah. And then it also then takes place in Lake Como, Italy. So this is an Italian story, fun, dysfunction, family, pasta, I laugh. It's great.
Lake Como, New Jersey.
I know.
Look for it on your maps. Okay, what do you got? The Guilt Pill.
The Guilt Pill is a wild book. So if you're looking for something that is a little out there and crazy and then takes a really dark turn for a little while and then pops itself back up, this is what this is about.
Do people want to read about dark turns when they're at the beach?
They do, because it's so wild that you're kind of like, you're dropped and then you're lifted.
There you go. All right.
Speak to Me of Home.
This is a multi-generational Puerto Rican family.
Puerto Rican American. So it starts out in Puerto Rico, and this family then moves to America, and the generations, like, they're trying to figure out what is their the cultures, where is their history, how do they continue that, but also have this American Midwestern
Which I would imagine a lot of families can identify with.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A little close to home there. And speaking of close to home, we're going to finish in Florida. We debated, can we say Florida and crazy in the same sentence and not get in trouble? But Carl Hiaasen, he pretty much has written a book on Florida and crazy.
Well, he is the king of Florida stories, and they're sort of. private investigators
Yeah.
and wild, like he did Bad Monkey,
with
the
Vince
series
Vaughn.
with Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that was on Apple, I think.
Yeah,
And yet-
which I watched, and it was a lot of fun.
and was Florida Crazy. So
Yep.
there you go.
Yep, and this is Fever Beach, his newest one. It is, I didn't read this one, but our store manager did, and she said it is as wild and fun as usual.
Speaking of them as we go, I mean, they have a whole setup there where all their employees are very knowledgeable with the books, and they all put out their own recommendations, not
Absolutely.
just these. Go check them out. Just if you want a shark book, buy it quickly. Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Thank you for
as
having me.
always.